What's going on, guys? Back at it here again, boys of the round table. We got our boy Matt back from the dead. Not really. His identity was actually stolen, so all the accusations of his sexual misconduct were dropped. They're completely dropped. So, same show. We actually got another chair right here. It's empty. We have a special guest for you guys today. His name is Tristan. Tristan, come out here and see the viewers. What's going on, Tristan? How you doing?
Good. All right.
Very good. Okay, Matt?
Yeah, well, I just want to say what actually happened was I had a flat tire on my way over here, so that's actually why I didn't make it.
Oh, not the sexual misconduct?
No.
Oh!
No, flat tire. But it's okay, because, you know, I had a lot of time to myself that night to do some thinking.
Matt, let me just interrupt you there. I'm sorry, guys. You know, the sexual misconduct, it was an allegation against Matt, but his identity was stolen by somebody. The perpetrator's been caught. You know, our man Matt right here, he's completely 100% innocent. You know, he's a little bit embarrassed about it, but there's nothing to be embarrassed about. So
Yeah, Matt, you're free. You're a free man. F-R-E-E, free.
Yeah, I was a free man anyways. Anyways, like I was saying before I was interrupted, you ever have one of those days where you're just really bored and you just like start going through YouTube and like next thing you know, you're like, what am I watching? Like
I guess.
that was happening to me the other day. So I was just doing this YouTube search, seeing what I could find. I started with some weightlifting videos and somehow ended up on the origins of the universe.
Origins, huh?
Yeah.
The Wolverine origins or X-Men origins or what,
No,
what
like-
origins?
Mushrooms.
Mushroom origins.
Are we talking nutritional mushrooms or
Yeah,
magic mushrooms?
Some magic mushrooms.
Like magic beans?
Kinda, but not really.
Like Jack and the Beanstalk?
A little bit, but not really.
Sorry about this. It's Tristan's first time on the set, so if he gets massive red and laughs, I guess we're gonna roll with it. So, magic beans, huh?
Magic mushrooms.
Oh, mushrooms, my
Why
bad.
your headset on?
My fault.
So, Matt, magic mushrooms, huh?
Yes. Fascinating topic.
Fascinating.
Don't look at me.
Yeah. So, when I was on YouTube, I watched this video about like the origins of the universe and how we evolved because of mushrooms, and it was really interesting.
Is this Mario?
No, Ray, it's not Mario.
It does sound like we're
It
in
sounds
the
like
game of
Mario.
right
I'm
now.
not Luigi.
You gotta listen. Just listen. Hear me out.
It sounds like Mario.
Suspend your disbelief for a second.
Okay.
Okay, and just let me take you on this
The floor
journey.
is
So,
yours.
as you know, life on Earth was formed about like 4-something billion years ago, right? The first signs. Okay. The first signs of life came about
So
like.
is it like a monkey ate a mushroom and then we evolved into a human?
So the origins of life started about 3 billion years ago, like single-celled organisms, right?
Yeah.
And up until a few years ago, scientists like weren't really sure like when like multi-celled organisms came, like when we started evolving. But recently there was this, there were these multi-celled organisms found in a volcano that dated to 2.4 billion years old. And in Brazil, they found a mushroom fully intact from 1.5 billion years ago.
It's a lot of years.
Yeah. And
You lost me at mushroom, Matt.
if you look back at the genealogy of our existence, we split from mushroom. Like we're descended from mushrooms, right? We split from them like 650 million years ago. All right.
Wait, are you
Did they
seriously
teach
saying
you
we
this?
come from mushrooms?
We came from mushrooms.
For real?
Yeah, like no joke.
This is a proven fact.
This is a proven fact.
By you?
I never learned
No.
this. Like,
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you.
I didn't know this either.
This
I didn't
is-
know this
I
either.
was just
The
like
floor is
bacteria.
Matt's.
I didn't know this either, but I looked at us. And so there's this theory that came out called the stoned ape theory about how we evolved from mushrooms and became who we are. Like, why are we these complex organisms with like thinking brains and all that?
Because we came from mushrooms.
Stoned ape theory. Here's how it goes, okay? So, a long time ago, you know, humans used to be like hunters-gatherers, our descendants, like the Homo sapiens, whatever. Hunter-gatherers. They came out of the forest about 1 million years ago, and they started like herding cattle and everything. They were walking across the plains, okay? and basically they found these mushrooms, okay, and they grew out of like the cow shit that they were herding cows, and the mushrooms grew near them. So these guys, they wanted food, so they started ingesting these mushrooms.
Out of the shit?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I assume they cleaned up first, but the interesting part, the interesting part is that these mushrooms, like, you can still take them today. What they do is like they reorganize like the neurons in your brain to give you this like heightened sense of mind. And so what happened was these descendants from us like ingested these mushrooms in large quantities, and when you had all these people hanging out together, like basically high off these mushrooms, that led to like these modern day technological developments that we had. Like that's where, you know, like these stone tools came from and all that. Because interestingly enough, there's a fact that came out that about between 2 million and 200,000 years ago, the human brain doubled in size.
No way.
Yes way. And scientists have not been able to explain why that happened. They don't know why the human brain just randomly doubled in size.
So you're coming out right and
Scientists
saying,
have been able to prove that.
They have not. So this theory, this stone ape theory, says it doubled in size because of all these tribal.
we got our first spill of the season right here.
We're gonna have to-
first spill.
Party foul.
First spill.
We're gonna have to cut that.
Back again from the first spill of the season, we got that cleaned up. Matt, what were you talking about?
So
Continue on.
thanks. So, like I was saying, between like 2,200,000 years ago, scientists aren't really sure the exact date, but around this time, whatever our descendants were, like the Homo sapiens, their brains doubled in size, and scientists can't explain why. Before they, you know, it's evolution and all that, whatever. But around that same time, like language developed, you know, there's forms of communication, like all this beginnings of modern day civilizations developed in the same time that the human brain doubled in capacity. And so this stoned ape theory says it's because they were digesting these mushrooms, and all of them in a group together with these heightened senses, you know, they had to explain things that were happening to them. These mushrooms gave them, you know, like courage, leadership, all these emotions. And so basically
2,000 years later.
Basically, it was saying we evolved because of these mushrooms. And I thought that was very interesting to learn. And it actually makes a lot of sense if you think about it. If you suspend your disbelief, like I was saying, it kind of makes a lot of sense, because in the same period that our descendants were transitioning from hunters-gatherers to these nomadic people, following the herds of animals, and their brains just randomly double in size.
Well,
and
you
you look at,
like it happened over like the course of 2 days.
I'm not saying that though. It happened in the course of hundreds of thousands of years. But if you have hundreds of thousands of years of these people eating these mushrooms that give you heightened senses, then like things will develop. So basically, these mushrooms kind of help
1 eternity later.
the evolutionary path. Like it expedited evolution for us, and so we have to thank these mushrooms for that. That's all I'm saying.
Well, let me just give a quick counter to that. By what most scientists believe is that the fact that humans be cooking their food during that time allowed them for excess calories and excess energy, more nutrition, which led to the development of bigger brains.
Tristan, do you have anything to say about Matt?
I'm stumped.
You're stumped?
We came from mushrooms.
Yeah, so basically, our main man Matthew here believes in super mushrooms from Super Mario. I'm not gonna lie, I got a little lost there. Something about Luigi and Mario saving a princess, and then we got our
Big brains.
big brains.
Yeah.
So, do you want to jump into the topics?
Let's get ready.
So we're gonna jump into the topics actually. Oh, before I say that, we actually have some corrections of our earlier episodes. It was actually not Tropic Thunder. It was a semi-pro. I was talking about me and Brad were talking about basketball legends. It was semi-pro, not Tropic Thunder. And another correction that we had
How
is
did you miss that?
yeah, no, it was my
If I was on the show, I wouldn't have let that happen.
Yeah.
well, yeah, but your identity
You
was
stop
being stolen.
upstaging the host.
Yeah. So, and then another correction was when me and Matt were on talking about Jedi, they actually do have super speed per se, but it's one scene in like 15 movies. You got one scene, so I think that's a little cop out. Matt, what do you think about that?
I wouldn't really call it a correction because I was right.
No, you were right.
It
but I
wasn't like
was
the
wrong.
show
So that's
making a
why-
mistake. It
that's
was
why
just you making the mistake.
Yeah. That's why I'm showing gratitude right now and telling you that I made a mistake.
Yeah. But at the beginning you said we made some mistakes. But let's clarify. It was just him.
Okay, so
Just
so shouting me out right now, and I did make that mistake, and I'm man enough to
That's good.
Say
That's good.
One other thing too, Matt, can you hold up your Dos Equis can for me real quick?
Oh yeah, we need to talk about our sponsorship. I forgot.
We actually got our Dos Equis sponsorship back after these sexual misconduct allegations were proven false. So we'd like to give a big shout out to Dos Equis.
Not only did we
renewing
get
that sponsorship.
Not only did we get the sponsorship back, but they upgraded us.
Oh,
I
they
got the
upgraded
big
us.
can.
You got big can,
I
huh?
got the big can. So for all
Big-
future episodes, I'll be rocking the big can.
And a little bit bigger of a paycheck from Dos Equis too.
True.
Yeah, so maybe we'll not spill the Dos Equis. Maybe we'll get some, but I'm still water. So let's. What are you rocking there?
There's some kind of a mixed drink that our cameraman made. Still trying to figure out exactly what it is, but I'll let you know a little bit later.
It
Okay.
was good though. It was good. I had
And
one,
then Tristan drank his drink. So boom. Let's jump into the topics. First topic. This is actually Matt's first topic that he talked about. We're not going to talk about that one.
That's still in there.
Okay, we got movies. What's your favorite movie? You know what? Let's go with the new guy on set. Let's go with Tristan.
Wow, that's a tough one. There's a lot of good movies out there, but if I had to pick one solid movie, probably have to go with Forrest Gump.
My name's Forrest Gump. People call me Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump, huh?
It's a pretty solid movie.
Pretty
How many
solid
times have you seen Forrest Gump?
Probably like 100 times.
Better times.
Impressive. I've only seen it once.
What's your favorite scene in Forrest Gump? There's a lot of scenes.
Probably when he's running through the jungle from the Koreans.
Oh, in Vietnam War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were running from the Vietnamese, not the Koreans.
Yeah, so
Same thing. They
Yeah.
look the same.
Okay. Was that
Yeah,
the reason why?
yeah.
Okay. Brad, what's your favorite movie?
Probably have to go with Rocky IV.
Rocky IV, huh? Was that the one with the
is a
Russian?
good-
You know, when the Russian kills Apollo Creed, you know.
Yeah.
If he dies, he dies.
Yeah, very violent. Very
One of
violent.
those tragic scenes in film history.
Little cliche there, Brad, with that pick. Just saying. Just throwing that out.
You know, it signified, you know, the U.S. Defeating the Soviet Union. So, you know, a great
That's
moment in U.S.
Fiction.
history. Yeah,
Fiction.
it was. It is Rocky.
Is that Forrest Gump fiction?
Yeah, all these are fiction. Come on.
Historical fiction.
So Matt, tell us about your favorite movie.
My favorite movie, The Count of Monte Cristo.
What kind of shit is that?
Have you guys heard of that?
Never
Not
even-
at all, man.
Never even heard of it.
Really?
It's that good.
What about you, Brad?
It's the best movie I've ever seen.
Thank
I thought you just said Rocky IV was.
But then he forgot about mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
To give these guys a brief plot summary.
Brief.
There is this man who is falsely imprisoned by his best friend because his best friend is in love with his wife, the first guy's wife. So he falsely imprisons this guy to get with the guy's wife, and the dude escapes. And basically, the movie is him trying to get revenge on his former best friend who tried to basically screw his life over.
Who are
And
some actors in this movie?
honestly, I don't know. It came out in like the early 2000s,
Very
so
It's not one of the star.
yeah, it's not a blockbuster hit, but
so
like
the plot is good.
the plot is good. It has some good life lessons. It's really inspiring. Like, it's a story of redemption and like courage, like never give up. You know, he gets screwed. Like he gets screwed over. He's stuck in this prison on like the middle of nowhere.
For how long?
A long time. It didn't specify, but like we're talking probably years.
Similar to when Batman gets locked up with in Bane's prison cell, and
Oh, when Bane broke his back.
he makes his comeback. Yeah, it's very similar scene to that.
I guess, yeah. But yeah, that's my favorite movie.
What's it called?
The Count of Monte Cristo.
The Count of Monte Cristo, right?
Yes.
Cristo or Crisco?
Like Monte Cristo. Have you ever had like
Cristo.
the sandwich, the Monte Cristos?
No.
Like a Crisco, like the stuff you spread on.
Yeah, like the
No.
spray.
Cristo.
Cristo, like the Monte Cristo sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's my turn. Actually,
You guys
the-
all gotta watch that movie. Seriously.
I got you.
Oh yeah, Crisco movie. We're on it. The best movie is obviously it's The Sandlot. Sandlot's obviously the best movie. When you're just watching that movie and you see Benny the Jet Rodriguez bend over, put the PF flyers on that make you guaranteed to jump higher and run faster. That scene is great. He gets in a pickle with a giant beast. What other movie is like that?
A fictional movie.
The sloth. Remember when they were with the sloth, but then the sloth actually turned out.
Yeah, that was the Goonies.
Yeah.
But
That's a good movie.
yeah, but the sloth didn't chase him half around the ship.
Well, the sloth was actually a good man. He just wanted some baby Ruth.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he just wanted some love.
Coleman, can I say something? I've never seen The Sandlot.
You've never seen The Sandlot, huh?
I've never seen The Sandlot.
Okay, so this is a first here. He's never seen a classic movie.
But you haven't seen The Count on Chris.
That's not a classic movie.
Next topic.
No, I'm not done with The Sandlot. Actually, a lot of people don't know this about The Sandlot. The best scene isn't even when the Jet Rodriguez gets the ball back for his friend. It's actually when Squints pulls off the coldest move ever. He actually fakes, or he doesn't fake that. He actually is willing to kill himself to get a kiss from Wendy Pepper.
Classic.
He looks like a dead fish. What?
This magic moment.
Little pervert! Oh man, he's a deep shit.
Classic scene.
Classic scene.
Classic.
He risks it all for Wendy.
For a kiss.
Yeah, for a kiss. And that's a smooth criminal move in my
Honestly,
opinion.
it's Sandlot better than The Count of Monte Cristo.
Oh, okay, then there we go. There we
Best
go.
movie of all
You
time.
haven't seen it. You can't comment on that.
I guess you're right, man. Thank you.
And neither of you,
Well, I already picked a Sandlot, so.
I guess. But
I
I'll give
think
it
a
a
second
chance.
to Sandlot.
I'll give the
Sandlot.
I'll give the Cristo a chance.
Okay, so he's giving the Crisco a chance. We're saying Squints. That's a legendary move. So we're gonna go on to the next topic. This one's blank.
No, the blank topic.
A blank topic. So I'm gonna say, what's your favorite sports team?
Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, okay. I guess Matt's gonna jump in on this one.
Seattle Seahawks, no doubt.
Why?
Inspiring.
What's inspiring? Not running the ball on the 1 yard line to win the Super Bowl?
Play clock at 5. Pass is intercepted at the goal line.
No.
Definitely.
Let me tell you about the Seahawks history. They've had a up and down history. And so I started watching football in the early 2000s, right? Because I was little, I was only born in 96. So I see the Seahawks team rise to the top, Super Bowl 40, get cheated out of it by the refs. Then they go into a period of decline after Shaun Alexander and Matt Hasselbeck leave.
What Super Bowl was that? 40?
Super Bowl 40.
Who they play?
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Pittsburgh. Actually, they played the refs also.
Oh, yeah. That was back when they were.
You can look up YouTube videos of that.
Okay.
Before we get too into this, is this favorite NFL sports team?
No,
It's
no,
any
no.
sports team
No.
of all time.
But so then they go into this period of decline.
Mhm.
Then they get some superstars. They get Marshawn Lynch. They went 7-9, won their division, beat the Saints in the playoffs, beast mode. You guys know what I'm talking about. And then they just start rising up. They get Russell Wilson in the 3rd round. They like Richard Sherman in like the 6th round. Legion of they develop their team by themselves, and that's I gotta respect that. And of course, half my family lives in Seattle, so.
How's the team doing now, Matt?
Well, they barely missed the playoffs, so that was a bummer.
Unfortunately, Cam Chancellor's never going to play again, as well as.
That's what I've heard. Honestly, injuries just screwed us this year. Half the Legion of Boom was out. Richard Sherman, Cam Chancellor were out, so not much you can do there. Still waiting for the Seahawks to get an O-line, and Blair Walsh actually costed us 2 or 3 games. So
Yeah, no, he's a terrible
Well,
kid.
he literally won you guys a playoff game,
You
and
did.
then you decided to pick him up. So
Well, I've always said we had to pick him up because he won us a game before he was even on the team.
Yeah,
And
true.
so you got to reward that. So we gave him a chance, but it didn't work. So he needs to go next season.
Okay, so Matt is a Seahawks fan. Brad, tell us your favorite sports team.
Well, I don't want to steal your thunder, so I'm going to go with the Golden State Warriors right now.
The Golden State Warriors are your favorite sports team.
Who's your favorite player on that team?
Steph Curry. I got
Steph
a
Curry?
in my room.
When did you start liking the Golden State Warriors?
I've been a Golden State Warriors fan since 06.
06, huh?
How was the record that year?
I don't remember the exact record. Can you tell me the record of any sports team in 2006?
Browns.
0-16.
In 2006?
I will bet on that.
No, they didn't.
They did not go on.
Probably like 2-14 though.
Yeah, probably. So
Yeah,
let's get
let's
back
go
on
back on
topic.
topic.
Yeah. It's the floor is his.
Okay, so you got Steph Curry. I'm not a big Durant fan, but we picked him up. I'm more of a Warriors fan back when they went the 73 win season. But again, talking about refs robbing of championships, I think we can all agree that that was a sham of the finals. But they need to get LeBron James his third championship and his first in Cleveland. In my opinion, Golden State Warriors are 3-time champions at this point. And we're looking for a fourth this season.
Would you say that if Draymond Green was not unjustly suspended, the Golden State Warriors would have won that year?
Yeah, I mean, most certainly. And then Bogut would have never got injured, and they would have never even gone to Game 7. And Steph Curry, when he got ejected from Game 6 after committing 2 fouls. And
some called him a crybaby for that.
Well, I mean, if you got ejected from a game after getting 2 fouls, wouldn't you be a bit of a crybaby yourself?
Good point.
Some say he choked.
So you didn't shoot well, but he certainly, that steal, that was a game-changing steal, was no foul.
I'm not sorry.
And speaking of crybabies, how about the other guy on the other team, LeBron James, probably the biggest crybaby in NBA history. What do you think of that?
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
So we're gonna go to Tristan's favorite. I got a little topsy-turvy right there at the very end. So we're gonna go Tristan's favorite sports team. Tristan, tell the viewers.
Well, if I had to pick a sports team, I'd probably pick the Green Bay Packers.
Green Bay Packers, huh? Why?
Because I think Aaron Rodgers could be the greatest quarterback of all time.
And
Not right now, but at the end of it, I think he could be.
Remember when the Packers choked out like 2 touchdown lead to the Seahawks in the playoff game?
Yeah, but let's not talk about choking because we'll get to you later. So Green Bay, huh?
that was almost the second spill of the
Green Bay.
season.
Oh, almost second spill. Wow. So Green Bay, huh?
Yep, Green Bay. I'm solid. Next year, that's our year.
What was how long you been a fan of the Green Bay Packers?
3 years now.
What was their record in 2006?
I said 3 years.
3 years, man.
How long?
Come on, do the
It was
math.
2006, 3 years ago? Come on.
Well, you can't be asking him the same questions if you don't know the answer.
So
said
you're
02.
telling me you've been a Packer fan for 3 years now?
You heard me
So
correctly.
very late on the bandwagon.
What band?
Did they win the Super Bowl 3 years ago?
I think that was 5 or 6. 2010. I think
They won the Super Bowl, and then a little bit later, soon after, when Tristan thought they were going to win their second, he hopped on. And
They're second.
about 3 years ago is when they went to the NFC Championship, and it looks like they're about to go to the Super Bowl, but they choked it.
And you're a Warriors fan.
Yeah.
Yep. What's your favorite sports team?
Colbander?
Yeah, it's AKA coleslaw. You're forgetting that.
True.
I don't want to get on you. My favorite sports team is the New England Patriots. They're the best sports team because Tom Brady is the GOAT. I think when he retires, I truly believe that the Hall of Fame isn't worthy enough for Tom Brady. He should be in a class of his own. It should be you retire. Oh, I don't know. 5 years later, it goes. Yeah. 5 years later, it goes. You can be inducted into the Hall of Fame, and then later on, you can be inducted into the Tom Brady Hall of Fame.
You smart.
That's where I think the Hall of Fame isn't even worthy for Tom Brady. Tom Brady should be in a class of his own. Does anyone have any comments on that?
Yeah, I agree with that. There's too many bums in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, there's too many bumps.
Too many bums.
So I gotta say, they gotta make a next tier Hall of Fame.
Yeah. It should be called the Tom Brady Hall of Fame,
That
and it should
might
only be
the
him and
stupidest idea ever.
The Tom of Fame.
Not
The
that.
first inductee will be Tom Brady, and
Yes.
then every other player following him will need to wait 20 years to get into the Tom Brady Hall of Fame.
So there's only gonna be one player in it for 20 years.
No, I mean, someone like
honestly, 20
someone
years
like
isn't
Jerry-
good enough. I think it should be cemented. He's the only person who could ever get that award. So
Someone like Jim Brown could, get in since he's been retired for 20 years.
True.
Maybe Jerry Rice or something like that. But
So Matt, do you not like Tom Brady?
Actually, I used to hate him, but
Hate's a strong word.
that is my bad. Not hate, dislike. I have come to really respect Tom Brady. I'm not gonna lie.
Very nice.
Even though I'm a Seahawks fan, Patriots have done us dirty, and I don't like to see the Patriots winning. I gotta respect Tom Brady. I can't deny it, and I will say he is the greatest quarterback of all time.
You smart.
Very nice, very nice. Tristan, any thoughts about Tom Brady?
No.
Negative?
No thoughts. No thoughts. He's great.
What about my Hall of Fame?
The only Tom Brady?
Yes. No. The Hall of Fame isn't even worthy enough for Tom Brady.
Well, there are a lot of bums in the Hall of Fame, as Bradley pointed out. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think Tom Brady should be in the Hall of Fame right now. If
that would be okay too.
But think about it, like 40, 50 years down the road, like there could be like a whole new generation of football, and then like Tom Brady will look bad compared to like the next, and then it could be like, oh, it's Tom Brady.
Might not even be football.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Probably won't be football in 20 years. Tom Brady will solidify himself as.
Tom Brady has already solidified himself.
No, but and for eternity, because like we said,
he's
we need a flag football.
Yeah.
Well, and he might be playing until he's 50 years old. All he needs is a.
No.
Oh no. 50?
How old is he now?
He's 41. 40?
I'm
not saying he's gonna. I'm not gonna say he's gonna play 250, but I'm saying.
He's got 5 years.
Right
60.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the MVP this year. So.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. Who's gonna be the MVP?
Todd Gurley.
Todd Gurley, huh? Running back.
Why don't you think he could go for another?
It's gonna be Todd Gurley, but it should have been.
It is gonna be Todd
It
Gurley.
is, but it should have been Russell Wilson. And I'm not just saying that as a.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb.
I'm not just saying that as a Seahawks
Oh
fan.
my gosh.
No, listen. Russell Wilson had like 86% of his team. Like he was like 86% of his team's like offense or touchdown scored. Like Russell Wilson was in on like over 80% of that.
He's the quarterback.
Yeah, but like rushing.
Oh, okay.
Stuff like that, like rushing.
Tom Brady's not rushing for touchdowns.
No.
Because like I think
quarterbacks aren't paid to be rushing for touchdowns. They're being paid to.
They're being paid to win a game.
Look what happened to him. No, they're paid to.
My point is like the most valuable player is like not. It has to be like you need to literally look at the word valuable because like now it's just like who's like the best player. But
Well,
if
you're gonna say the most valuable, then it is gonna be Tom Brady.
No, because if you take out Russell Wilson from the Seahawks, if you take out Tom Brady from the Patriots, if you take out Todd Gurley from the Rams, like I think the Seahawks would be the worst
with their defense.
For injured defense, KJ Wright's out, Cam Chancellor's out, Richard Sherman's out.
True.
3 starters.
Can you name a starter on the defense for the Patriots?
No.
There you go.
Pass is intercepted at the goal line.
There you go.
Can't even name Malcolm Butler.
You can't even name Malcolm Butler.
The one who took the Super Bowl.
Snatched it right out of the Seahawks hands.
I don't like to
Snatched
talk about it. I blacked that name out of my mind.
Oh, you blacked out, huh?
Yeah. Plus, he's insanely overrated.
He is very overrated.
We can all admit.
Okay, you're clearly talking about. So if Tom Brady was and Brian Hoyer was inserted into the Patriots, you're telling me they didn't start.
If Jimmy Garoppolo, before he got traded, if Tom Brady goes out for the season,
okay, if Jimmy
Garoppolo
Garoppolo went in and played for the Seahawks, he'd do just fine on the Seahawks.
But I'm saying the Seahawks wouldn't have that because look, the Seahawks have no O-line, an average running game now because finally Mike Davis is stepping up, so that's good.
No, the running game
so
sucks.
you're telling me, Matt, if you have a good backup, that negates you from being the MVP of the NFL.
That's what it
No,
sounded
because
like.
everyone in the Patriots could still like.
The Patriots are a mediocre.
I'm saying you
plug
a quarterback into the Patriots and they still win. They got Deion Lewis, James White, Rex Burkhead. They got a great defense.
You can name.
You can
name.
Star.
You can name running backs.
Okay, he was on my fantasy team and I won the championship.
Oh, fantasy, huh?
Also, Todd Gurley was on my team, so Todd Gurley's gonna be MVP.
Okay, listen. Let's settle down. Matt, I wanna get you in the zone right here. Close your eyes, Matt. Close your eyes.
Why?
You're not closing your eyes?
Okay.
Okay, his eyes are closed. So I want you to visualize you are down by 25 points in the Super Bowl. What quarterback do you choose to bring you back?
Like I said, Tom Brady. He's the greatest quarterback of all time.
You smart.
You can open your eyes, Matt.
I already did.
Okay.
That doesn't mean he's the most valuable in the NFL this season.
No, but if you were to okay, let's just say the Super Bowl that's coming up. What quarterback or what most valuable person would you want on the field?
I think Aaron Rodgers could make a run for that because you saw how they did when he was off. Just saying. He could be the most valuable player. I think he should be.
I mean, the Patriots and the Packers kind of have similar rosters in a sense. But the Seahawks definitely have a better roster than the Packers and the Patriots.
Yeah. So basically that what is this, episode 5?
I guess.
Yeah, no, this is episode 5. So I just want to inform you guys. A lot of you guys are commenting on like why do we wear suits So I'm just gonna tell like the viewers why we wear suits, because I came up with this idea. Justin JT, he came out with a song in 09. It's called "I'm Bringing Sexy Back," but he kind of lost his way. He brought it back in 09 and lost his way, and we are in fact bringing sexy back to you guys. So that's you gotta look sharp, and we just look good, okay? So any closing remarks here?
I gotta say, to our cameraman, I appreciate him making me mixed drink, but
I don't think
You can take a sip of that.
I'll take a little sip right now, but I gotta say, I'm not a big fan of that.
Not a big fan.
I liked it. Shout out Raymond. You did
Stick
good.
to shooting films and lay off the bartender.
Okay, so that was episode 5. I want to thank Tristan for a special guest coming on. I want to thank you, the guy who caught Matt's accuser.
Flat tire.
Matt? Okay, so anyways, the perpetrator is right now behind bars.
His identity was stolen. He didn't do it. Don't go in a tizzy on if he did it.
This man is totally innocent.
Yeah. So this is
glad to be back.
Yeah.
It's good to be back.
Yeah, glad to have you back.
Good to be back.
So this is the Boys of the Round Table signing off episode 5.
Deuces.
Way to go, man.